yesterday for the panels? Anybody? Yeah? Were they fun?
Yeah.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, my name is Ashland Thomas. I'm the co-director of the Milwaukee Horror Con, Milwaukee Horror Film Festival. Thank you so much for being here. We have a real big treat for you. Anybody ever heard of a little doll called Chucky?
Yeah.
Anybody ever heard of Alex Vincent?
Yeah.
Does everybody know he's here?
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to check. I think he's right outside the door. So ladies and gentlemen, I need you to make a lot of noise for the star of Child's Play 2, some of the Chucky sequels, and the Chucky TV series on Sci-Fi, Alex Vincent!
We're standing.
They can't see in the back if we sit.
We're standing. Okay, it's going to be a very short panel, guys.
So he also has a photo op at 2:30, so keep in mind if you want that, go on there right now, buy your ticket, and get in line, because they'll leave here and he'll go there. All right, so you want those. So Alex Vincent!
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well.
And composer extraordinaire.
I do a few things.
Yeah, quite a few things.
I'm a great waiter.
Yeah, well, I used to be. I don't think I can carry trays anymore. But so I think everybody here that's in the room knows Child's Play, correct? Yep. Oh, that was lackluster. Yeah. Hey! There we go. Now the first movie.
Yes.
I know you were young.
I was.
But what was that process like of your audition and becoming Andy?
So I had started auditioning when I was 5. I auditioned for like a handful of commercials. I did a couple little theater things. And then Chucky was actually one of my first film auditions that I got. I auditioned in New York because I grew up in Jersey, and I had a callback in New York. Then I had another callback where they flew me out to LA, and I was basically like in a showdown with 2 other kids. And in that audition, we had the scene where I said, Aunt Maggie's a real bitch and got what she deserved. And my mother was in the room, which was actually kind of odd. Maybe because it was like they flew us out there, but she was in the room. I didn't want to say bitch in front of her, so I pretended to have forgotten the lines, and then we started over, and I froze up again, and then I got up and ran out of the room and locked myself in the bathroom, and I guess there was some innocence to that, and maybe that's what they were looking for, and I was probably cuter than the other 2 boys.
Yeah. Walking in my bathroom, crying, sounds like Friday to me. So.
Yeah. It's just,
So, did you have a lot of callback process, or was it just?
well, that was it. That was the audition in California was like I think the third.
The third.
To try to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you filmed a lot of that in Chicago on location.
We did. All the outside scenes of part 1 were in Chicago.
Yeah. And so some of the locations, I'm from Chicago, so I know most of the locations. The toy store is there. Of course, the Brewster, the apartment building is there. I used to actually live across the street, so I could stare at it every day. The department store is now a Target. It used to be Carson Pirie Scott.
And Eddie Caputo's house doesn't exist because we blew it up.
Yeah, it's gone. It's an area you don't necessarily want to hang out in anyway, but it's gone. It's gone. So aside from Chucky and Andy, are there any other characters that you wish that you had been part of in a franchise?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I auditioned for a lot of things when I was a kid that I was hoping to get. I auditioned for The Good Son, A Bronx Tale, Radio Flyer, Forever Young, Little Man Tate,
Oh my gosh, I heard that.
Avalon, and what did they all have in common? Elijah Wood got my part.
So basically, he just put a hit on
No,
the
I didn't quite
So dealing with working with Don Mancini,
Yes.
right? You've worked with him for quite a while now. What's that relationship like? I imagine you must have some kind of shorthand, and you.
Yeah, very much. I mean, I think that this whole Chucky universe and everything, and this whole Chucky story, next to Don is probably most important to me. Maybe a couple of the producers, Don and then me. And Don knows that it means a lot to me. And yeah, I was not really an actor in 2013. I had quit when I was 12. So after I had kind of rekindled a friendship with Don, he trusted me and put me in a role that so that meant a whole lot to me. And the fact that he's brought me back every time since is a testament to our friendship and the fact that he's smart about me.
No, I think that's awesome. And when 3 came about,
Yes.
was there any discussion or any thought on your end that you would be going into 3?
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick and cry. No, I thought I was gonna be in it, and then they told me I wasn't. It was very sad, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's the beginning of my abandonment issues.
I won't be. Not until 2:29
Yeah, it's okay.
anyway.
I've taken it out on Chucky a lot over the years since then, so it's worked out.
So in the first one, of course, you really work mostly with your mom, a little bit with Chris Sarandon.
Yes.
What was it like? Because I grew up working with a lot of adult actors, and you kind of feel like an adult most times. What was it like for you being, the kid on set and having these established actors there?
I was a very precocious child with a confidence that I hadn't even earned yet. Like in the first film, I had all the lines memorized, everyone's lines. And when they would ad-lib a little bit, I was like, that's not how you say it, that's not the line. And then Don will tell you I've been trying to rewrite my dialogue since 1989. But yeah, it was hands-on. It was important to me right from the start. By the time we went to the sequel, I knew that, or I felt that my involvement in part 1 had a lot to do with why we got a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I think from that point on, I had kind of felt like this was my thing,
Yeah.
So I as a result of that, the collaboration that I've had with Don over the years has been, it's produced good stuff. Like I've written a lot of the lines, I've come up with some of the concepts. He works very close with me.
So it's a nice collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't always get that.
No, you never get that. Don is the showrunner in this last TV series, and his approach to all of it is just incredibly genuine and interested and considerate and smart and kind.
Yeah.
So he's a hero of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So when you got to the second one, and you got to work with someone a little closer to your age, Christina Lee's,
Yes.
what was that like?
Awesome. Yeah, she was very fun right from the start. We got along really great. The chemistry between the two of us was real. We had fun. I mean, she was older than she played. She played a 17-year-old. She was 24, and I was 8. But we were really close.
Still closer.
We were really close on set. And then I hadn't seen her for many, many years. We did a convention together in, I think, 2011. And we hit it off immediately, and we are super close. Like, I talk to her every single day.
Yeah.
She's like my sister. She is my older sister.
That's nice. It comes across that way. Like that you're. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So
just like siblings, we're big pains in the asses to each other's lives.
well, and she's very. If you've ever met her or not, she's very fun. She's got her way, but she's great. She's perfect just the way she is. But she's a lot of fun. So working with Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly, a lot of times they're going to be doing voice work and not necessarily on set. But in recent years, there's kind of been situations where everybody's been together. So. Were you ever around Brad Dourif in the beginning?
Yeah, so in the first film, before we ever went to shoot anything, we did like rehearsals. There's some footage of it actually in that doc of Chucky that just came out recently.
Is that Living with Chucky?
No, that's a different one. There
Okay.
might be footage in that one too, but yeah, Brad like got down on his knees and was pretending to be Chucky and was running around with us. And yes, I mean, I knew right away that he was a terrific actor. Going on to see the rest of his work has always made him slightly intimidating. I really think he's one of the greatest actors we've ever had. He's just phenomenal. So, yeah, I haven't actually had like an on-scene thing with him as a person yet, but he's been on set. So like, I didn't do much acting for a long time. They brought me in to do that cameo in Curse of Chucky at the end, and Brad was there, sitting at Video Village, watching. So if I wasn't intimidated enough and out of place, I had to act in front of one of the greatest actors ever. But he's always been exceptionally kind about my performances, and it's certainly helped me be confident enough to continue to do the character justice.
That's good. That's important though. So he appears to be one of your favorite actors. What are
Yes.
2 or 3 of your favorite actors out there aside from him?
Michael C. Hall,
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland. Some of Johnny Depp's work, I think, is really phenomenal, and Leonardo DiCaprio is probably one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's really done some good stuff. For me, it was Gene Hackman was always like one of my number ones. So I'm really bummed about recent events.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure we get a couple of questions from the audience. Just raise your hand, please. Don't just scream out. But does anybody have a question for Alex? Anybody? Yeah, go ahead.
Now that the series is wrapped up, Chucky, do you know of Don having any further plans with that universe or anything, more future films or anything you can tell us anyway?
No, we really don't know yet. We worked very hard on that show. We put out 24 hours of Chucky in 3 years, and he really worked hard. I mean, as the showrunner, writer, director. So right now, yeah, they didn't pick up a 4th season. I don't know that we'll do the series again. We might make another movie. Chucky always comes back.
Take it for what it's worth, but he just said last week, quote unquote, on the record, Chucky's coming back. But that doesn't mean tomorrow, that doesn't mean 3 years, but he did say something.
He'll find a way.
He also said Chucky in space too, so.
Why not? Let's get Uber Chucky.
He's got a good sense of humor, as we know.
As long as he's in charge of it, because I think that's a testament of why the show was so great, because
He
he
will
did
absolutely
have
be
his
in
hands
charge
in
of it.
everything. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Baby.
I don't think Don's ready to retire yet.
Anybody else have a question? Yeah, go ahead.
When you were a kid, how did the doll actually affect you?
The doll I thought was the coolest thing in the world, actually. As a 6-year-old boy, this was like $1 million electronic puppet that I got to play with. So, yeah, the doll was all the puppeteer work and how they made him work. Like, it was just intensely cool. So there was no being afraid of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Any other plans for you outside of that universe as far as acting goes, or?
No, not really. I've been on like 3 auditions in the last 25 years.
That's your comfort zone. That's awesome. We love you there. So.
Thank you.
Auditioning is also not always fun.
No, it's not fun at all.
No. Yes, right over here.
As a child actor, did they, at such a young age, did they do anything like tricks to, or, acting things to get you like a real reaction from you, or frightened, or like that way?
Not too much when it comes down to like the scary parts with the doll and reacting to Chucky and stuff. He was there. It's a practical thing. I mean, so he was there, and that has continued. It's not just like CGI or anything like that. And because I've worked with Chucky so long, and they have Brad's voice on playback, it feels like I'm working with a character, like Chucky feels like Chucky's real, right? So, he's not, but it can feel that way on set. it doesn't feel, it's not a challenge for me to work with Chucky. I mean, we know each other pretty well.
Do you remember ever sustaining any injuries or anything doing the, not the
In
recent
Child's Play
series,
2, there were these big lights, like stage lights, and I guess one of them fell on my head at one point. So here's the lead actor, #1 billing child, and I get smashed in the head. And I remember they picked me up and carried me out. They're like, "What's your name? Do you know where you are?" Stuff like that. But I was alright.
Were you just like, whatever, or were you?
I kind of was. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah,
But it looked like a big deal.
they're gonna treat it like one
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw one more hand. Yeah.
Like when y'all was on set and stuff, and like people was getting killed and stuff when you was young, how did you react to seeing like all the blood and the people
I mean,
dead? And
Sometimes they would shield me from that. If like for example, the doctor at the asylum who gets electrocuted, we're not actually sharing a screen together, so we're not. That wasn't there. They did that separately. There are things like that sometimes, and then sometimes there just was no way of avoiding it. But I was a smart kid. I understood that it was our job to make it scary for you. And once that clicked, it was easy.
Yeah. Well, you do more than just acting too. We talked a little bit about your music and your composing and
I
your
do, yeah.
studio. Would you talk about that just a little bit, and then we
Yeah, I own a recording studio in Clearwater the last 11 years. I've worked with like maybe 300 local artists. I've done sound for 7 or 8 films. I've done some composing. I put out some of my own music. I went to school for audio, and that's what I did full time.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So if you go to IMDb, you can see some of his sound credits and you check out that stuff. You can see what he's composed. I'd imagine you
Yeah.
have information on your website about the music.
Yeah,
you're
if you just
making.
go to the link tree in my bio. The
Yeah.
other thing that everyone says, link in bio, and no one checks everyone's fucking
Yeah.
bio. All my info's in there.
Awesome. So remember his Photo Ops 230 next door. So you can still get it. Just go online, scan the QR code. There's a QR code in the hallway. We're going to give him a few minutes to rest before the photo op, and then please go to his table.
Yes,
Anything else?
appreciate it. No, I'm only here till 4:30. Thank you guys all for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Glass.